Spirulina might be the most nutrient-dense food on the planet, or one of the most overrated green powders ever sold. The truth is somewhere in between, and that's what we're clearing up today. Spirulina gets marketed like a miracle. Detox, superfood, NASA food, alkalizing, immune booster. Most of that language is either exaggerated or misunderstood. So instead of hype, we're answering three real questions. Number one, where did spirulina actually come from? Number two, what's in it, nutritionally, that matters? And number three, who should use it, who shouldn't, and why? Let's start with a quick history of spirulina. First of all, it's not a new ingredient. It's been eaten for over 1,000 years. The Aztecs harvested it from Lake Texcoco and dried it into cakes, not because it was trendy, but because it was efficient. They quickly discovered that it was easy to grow, easy to harvest, it's shelf-stable, and extremely high in proteins and minerals. In Africa, in the area around Lake Chad, spirulina has been used as a food by the Kanembu people for centuries. They harvest algae from natural alkaline lakes and dry them into cakes as well, which are then used for many traditional dishes as well as broths and soups. Fast forward to the 20th century. Scientists studying malnutrition noticed something interesting. Spirulina could be grown faster than crops, with less land and water, and had a complete amino acid profile. That's where the NASA food myth comes in. It wasn't magic, it was logistics. In the modern day, spirulina is considered a superfood, though many people don't know what classifies it as such. So let's dive in. What's actually in spirulina? We'll start with protein. Spirulina is about 60 to 70% protein by weight. That's higher than most plant foods. But, important caveat, you're not eating spirulina in steak-sized servings. It's a protein supplement, not a protein source. For context, a typical dose of spirulina is about 3 grams. In general, that'll be 2 to 3 grams of protein per serving of spirulina. So it's highly concentrated, but it's not going to replace your protein shake. Next up, the micronutrients. So let's just go down the list here and name out some of the benefits. Spirulina is very rich in essential minerals, especially iron, copper, magnesium, and potassium. It's rich in iodine. Animal tests have shown that it can help regulate your blood sugar. It is packed with B vitamins, and it contains beta-carotene, which can help improve eyesight. Finally, spirulina contains all the essential amino acids. Now, a quick aside, essential amino acids are the 9 amino acids that the body does not synthesize naturally, and they must be consumed through food or supplementation. I'll list them all here, but we'll do a deeper dive in a later video. And finally, the real star, phycocyanin. This blue pigment is where most of the benefits come from. It encourages antioxidant activity, so it'll go into your body and scavenge for free radicals, which helps protect your cells and tissues. It's also great at anti-inflammatory signaling. It lowers your LDL cholesterol, that's your bad cholesterol, and raises your HDL, which is your good cholesterol. It also boasts great markers for potential immune system modulation and even anti-cancer and neuroprotective properties. For all these reasons, spirulina isn't just a green protein. It's a functional food, just not a macro food. So, let's stay grounded. Functionally, what can spirulina actually help with in your life? First, I would say micronutrient gaps. So this is great for people who eat inconsistently or unhealthily, people who skip their vegetables, people who travel or work for long hours and have inconsistent windows between eating. Spirulina will help fill these holes, however, it won't build the foundation for you. It's also great for people who experience inflammation or oxidative stress. Evidence suggests many benefits for joint discomfort, exercise recovery, and general inflammatory load. It's also great for people managing cholesterol. We see small but consistent improvements in LDL cholesterol, remember the bad cholesterol, and also your triglyceride levels. So we've talked about a lot of the benefits of spirulina, but what are some of the potential side effects and or pitfalls? First up is contamination risk. Spirulina absorbs what's in its environment. Therefore, poor quality sources can contain heavy metals, microcystins, or bacterial contamination. So if the brand does not third-party test, why would you test your body by putting it in? Secondly, we have digestive reactions. Some people may experience bloating, nausea, or even headaches. And these are usually stemming from A, starting with too much, B, poor quality product, or C, you may just have a sensitive gut. As a general rule of thumb, start small. 1 to 3 grams is more than enough. And lastly, we have autoimmune concerns. This one is a bit of a paradox. So spirulina can stimulate immune activity. In general, that's fantastic. However, not so for people with autoimmune condition. This is where it's important to remember that natural does not always equal harmless. So why should you incorporate spirulina into your life? It makes sense to take spirulina if you want nutrient insurance. Remember, we're covering all those bases. If you live a busy, inconsistent schedule, if you already eat decently but want coverage, or if you prefer whole food supplements over isolated pills. It is not for people looking for fat loss miracles, protein replacement, or detox fantasies. So how should we consume spirulina? In my opinion, the best way is to buy it in powder form and to add that to a smoothie or a drink. It'll destroy the color of whatever you're making, but you won't really taste it or smell it. If you're very sensitive to the taste and smell, you would probably want to go with a tablet or a capsule, and that'll also make it easier for when you want to travel. You can't always stop and make a smoothie, I understand. In terms of your dosage, remember we want to start very small. So start with servings of 500 milligrams up to a gram, so about half a gram to a gram. Then once your body gets used to the spirulina, the typical dosage is 2 to 3 grams per day. Keep in mind that more spirulina does not necessarily equal better results, so make sure to edit yourself. In conclusion, spirulina is not magic, but it is one of the most efficient nutrition tools that we have. Used correctly, it supports, it fills gaps, and it compounds over time. Used blindly, it disappoints, or could cause some problems. So be careful, be smart, and be healthy. If you want more ingredient level breakdowns without the hype, subscribe.